We're ready to start adding some details about our property. These details will help us to fill out our listing docs, and in fact, they will help us throughout the entire transaction. We're going to get started by clicking View Details. The View Details box will open up, or page will open up. It tells us our loop name, our loop ID. We still have access to our notes and our activity log. We can still submit for review and look at our notifications. Our transaction type, loop status, and loop name are at the top, and we are going to add some people in the people section. Below the people section, we have some property details such as the address. If Google Maps had not found that for us, we could add it here. And then we have some various other information, of which I'm going to show you what I like to add after we get started on our people. This is me. I created the transaction. I'm going to notice that I don't have a role. Everyone needs a role. I can correct that now by clicking the down caret and choosing listing agent. The system added a few other people by default. We've got our broker, compliance, and then admin. We're going to start by adding our seller. So I clicked the add person button to make that box pop up. Watch, I'll do it again. Add person. The box pops up. I'm going to close it. Do it again. You only need the person's name and role. This is what's going to help the system know where to fill in someone's signature. So I like to grab my information from IMAP. So I'm going to grab my seller's name. This tells me how it's recorded on the deed. So that's going to help me. Now I'm not going to add his email in this case because this is a training. I'm going to add the role of seller. And I can fill in his information here, which I'm going to do. This is going to fill in on the listing agreement, and later it's going to fill in for me on the contract. I don't like to send intro emails, and I'm not going to add him to my team. The only people I'm going to add to my team would be a transaction coordinator, or a teammate that I have literally where we're both working on the transaction, another Dalton Wade agent. Never add someone from the opposite side of the transaction to your team, for example, the buyer's agent. Click Add Person, and there we have our seller. If we know the escrow company that we're going to use, we could add that now. I haven't asked my seller if he has a preference, so I'm not going to do that, but I can always come back and add them later. The property details that I like to add at the very beginning, you must have the address if Google Maps didn't find it. While I have my IMAP open, I like to add the property tax ID. I will come back and add the MLS number later. There isn't one now. We haven't put the listing in the MLS yet because we don't have our paperwork. The only other thing I like to add at this time is the legal description. And again, I'm going to get that from the tax record. I'm finished here, and I'm going to save this and go back to my loop. My next step will be adding the necessary files and templates to this listing loop. Thank you for joining me.